Recording.
Okay, very good. Awesome. Okay, guys. Well, welcome to another day of our DFA pop-up skin clinic. Really excited about this. And, you know, we are just a group of gals, my niece, my daughter, myself. We are all self-imposed skin enthusiasts, skin junkies, and we put this together because we're always having people ask us, what do you use? What do you do? What do you use on your skin? And so we decided to put this together so that we could share some things that we do and that we're so grateful for that we have. And also because, you know, we're in quarantine and there's no time to be not looking our best. We have an opportunity during quarantine to look our best, and we really want each and every one of you to come out of quarantine just glowing like you've never glowed before from the inside and out. And so today we are going to talk about the forgotten few, and I'm really excited about this subject because for me, I always want to match, you know, as being someone who's now 50, I've always, I'm a big fan of, you've got to use everything we can get our hands on in 2020 to look our best. We live in an incredible time to be alive, to have all sorts of things that we can do, but you want everything to match. And so today's topic is really a big passion of mine and that I've tried to share with other people because it seems to really be forgotten. So I'm going to hand it over to Ashley and let her share what we're going to be talking about today.
Thanks, Wendy. Yes, we're really excited for this subject. We're excited for this subject because it seems to be a common question that we...
Whoops, sorry, Ashley. I think I muted you on accident.
Oh, no problem. No problem. So we're excited about this topic today because it seems to be brought up over and over and over again. And we get, you know, dozens of questions every day via email and text from people wondering, you know, what to do about certain skin concerns that they're looking to address, or how to, you know, what product would be the right fit for certain skin conditions. And one of the things that always comes up, I know, Wendy, you know this too, and the questions that you get is, what do I do about my chest and the, you know, signs of aging on my chest or sun damage? Or what do I do about my neck and feeling insecure about, you know, crepey skin or lines, or they even call it, what I learned today is that it's called tech neck. When you're constantly looking down on your phone, it can create lines and, you know, undesirable effects on your neck. And then also, you know, another aspect of the forgotten few is your hands. And your hands are the first, you know, show the first signs of aging typically out of any area of your body. And that's just because you're in the car all the time, you're outside, washing hands, doing that. And it's typically not an area that you use anti-aging products because it's typically forgotten about. So today, that's really what we're focused on. We wanted to dedicate an entire day to this topic because for so many, it is a top of mind skin concern. And we've put together a lot of great research and tools that you can use at home. And we'll also cover a couple of post-isolation treatments that you can consider that Wendy is an expert in to see if those might be good fit for you in your post-isolation world and routine. So first we're going to talk about the neck. And I know that there's, you know, an aspect of taking care of your neck that's a little different than your face. Can you talk about that, Wendy?
Yes. So with your neck does not have, it's called sebaceous glands. And again, we're not doctors or certified estheticians, so you can look up what that means. But basically what it means is, if you have, let's say your face is oily, for example, well, your neck's not necessarily the same. So you can use different products on your neck, heavier products and heavier moisturizers. And I think a lot of times people just assume that they should be using the same thing on their face, on their neck, and maybe they're not getting the best bang for their buck on what they could be doing for anti-aging with the neck. So you don't have to treat it the exact same as your face. I think for sure all the serums and the daily routine that we talked about, but I think at night you can use a heavier more heavy duty moisturizer on your neck. And Ashley and I both have some different products. She's got a product there that's called Revision, and that's a product that I've used and that's very well spoken about in the esthetician community. I picked up a product recently because I was out of something at Nordstrom's called Décollete. I haven't used it long enough to give a solid testimonial, but I can tell you that I can just tell it's a lot more moisture. So along with the medical grade stuff, with the tingle and the things that you do for exfoliation, hydration is huge, huge, huge for your neck, especially with the tech neck thing. You know, if your skin, think of your skin like saran wrap. When saran wrap is nice and smooth, well, that's what your skin looks like when it's well hydrated. And when saran wrap is crinkly, well, that's what our skin looks like when it's not well hydrated. So being well hydrated from the outside and then also from the inside, which we're going to have a big day this week on inside supplements that you can use for the neck. And then Ashley, do you want me to talk about the next subject?
Yes. You know, just overall, it's a theme for all of these areas though, is even if you don't get certain special products that are just for your neck or décolleté or hands, or you don't get any of these other at-home devices or, you know, pads that you can put on your chest. Regardless, at any stage that you're at in your skincare journey, start when you're putting stuff on your face to take care of making sure you're putting it on your neck and stroking up as you're doing it and stroking up your chest and putting things on the back of your hand, even just as simple as making sure that every time that you're in the sun that you're putting SPF on the back of your hands and on your chest and on your neck, even if it's just a little car ride. All of that makes a difference. And I like to think about it as kind of like a bank, your skincare is kind of like a bank account. And every time you put SPF on, put extra moisturizer, use vitamin C serum, you're depositing into your bank account, and consistently over time, the returns will come to you and they will be exponential. It's kind of like compound interest. And before you know it, you're going to look back and really have noticeable results that you can see and the people around you can see. So my point is that even though it seems like a small little area, little habits go a long way.
Yes, for sure. And, you know, I always say to Caitlin and Ashley, if I knew this when I was your age, I can't imagine. And so for those of you that maybe are behind a little bit on the care of these forgotten few, I want to give you hope that you really can transform where you're at in a big, big way, because I didn't start doing the neck and chest thing super seriously until, you know, maybe a handful of years ago, if even it's been a year and a half or 2 years, where I really started getting crazy and intentional about it. And so I've been able to transform my skin in a short period of time. And a couple of things that I've done are the at-home silicone chest pads. These are interesting. There's lots of stuff out there. I can send you a link to the one that I tried, and they were there's these silicone pads. And if you're like me, I sleep on my side. And so you can even see here, I've got some lines and stuff because I haven't been working on my chest very good for the last week. And these silicone pads are pretty amazing. It's kind of weird when you get used to sleeping with them, but you put them on before you go to bed. And what happens is it keeps your skin open, because a lot of our wrinkles here are just from scrunching over. And when you wake up, you can really notice a big difference. And I think though with these pads, it's something kind of like Ashley said, that deposit every day of using them is going to make a big difference. So I could see results the very first day, but of course your skin wants to go back to where it was. So it definitely takes a little bit of time with those, and those are very inexpensive. And then the other thing that I've done is IPL. And IPL is intense pulse light, and we can put recommendations. Make sure that you go to someone that's been doing this for a very, very long time. The person I went to has been doing it for 20 plus years, and it's and obviously an in-office procedure, but it's a light that they use, And what it does is it brings sun damage to the surface. And so in this picture, you can see the before where she's freckly. And what happened is, so I had it done on my face, neck, and my chest. And I didn't have a lot of sun damage on my face and my neck because I've been using sunscreen like crazy, but my chest has probably hasn't been as treated so well over the years. And so I had a lot of sun damage come up off of my chest. And what happens, it comes up like little coffee grounds and you just let it fall off, slough off. But literally when you see these after results, and this is not me in the picture, but that was my results. It took years of sun damage off of my chest. And I had pretty good results in just one sitting. Sometimes you have to go in for a series. It just depends. Everybody's different. But this is something that was a big transformation in taking some years off my chest. The other thing that I do on my chest, and I'm excited to show you guys today, is Derma Rolling. So we, sorry, my phone is ringing off the hook here in the background. We talked about Derma Rolling in another video. You can go on our YouTube channel and you can watch it. And Caitlin demonstrated and talked about this little tool that we use. She showed you how to use it on the face. And I use this on my face, neck, and my chest. Now, before I go into what I'm going to do, this is so important, you guys, that you start with clean skin. This little tool has little tiny needles on it. You can't really see the needles. This is a 0.5. This is okay to use on your face, neck, and chest, but not around your eyes. You want to start with very clean skin. So I took a bath. I got super clean here. Then I take like a micellar water or something, and I just go over my chest and make sure that this little pad comes off clean. So I want to start with a clean surface. And then I use a hyaluronic acid B5 gel. This is a SkinCeuticals brand, and I was told by someone who reps this product that this has been approved for microneedling. Now remember, we're not doing a medical level microneedling, but I do think it's important. You don't just want to use any old product. So we can see what we can find at other links. But I take this gel and I put a little bit in my hand, and my hands are super clean. And I'm going to put this all over my chest. Let me move my camera here a little bit. So I'm going to put this on my chest because I'm going to roll this product into my chest. And then with this, and there's lots of different, again, do your own research, lots of different things that people say how to do it. Here's what I do. I am going to go multiple ways. I'm going to go up, I'm going to go sideways, and I'm going to go on a diagonal, creating channels and letting this hyaluronic acid go into that little layer of my skin. So let me make sure my camera's right here. So I'm just going to start doing this, and you don't ever rub it. You stay in the same spot and you lift and you lift, and you don't have to press very hard. And it doesn't hurt. It's oddly kind of therapeutic. Like when I do it, it's almost meditative when I sit and I do it at night. And so I'm going to take this and I'm going to go all over my chest. You could already see it getting red. And then I'm just going to keep going. Then I'm going to start going this way. And I just do little sections. And then while I'm doing this, because you guys don't need to sit and watch this whole thing, Ashley's going to talk about some other things that we're excited about. And then I'll show you the final results of what this looks like.
Perfect. Okay, so back to some of the products and things that you can consider for your at-home care while you're staying home right now. Wendy reviewed silicone pads and an IPL treatment, which is something you can consider for your post-isolation routine. One thing that I wanted to talk about was some products that I recently, and I just started in the last week and a half. I'm going, just because I wanted to be able to give some, my own experience with these two, but Revision Skincare is a medical grade line that Ashley Liu, who's my esthetician, and we've had different interviews with her, really raves about. And there's a lot of studies that have been done on the effectiveness of Nectifirm, which is all for your neck and décolleté, and then also Lumiquin, which is for your hands. So we'll start with Nectifirm. And you can, research about this online and see, just dozens and dozens of before and after pictures. And then my esthetician, Ashley, has a lot of positive experience with, different clients of hers that have used this product. And the Nectifirm is something you put 2 pumps on your entire chest and neck, twice a day, at a minimum, even just using it at night. I've been using it and definitely see a change in just my overall suppleness. I have fortunately been a devout user of sunscreen and protecting my chest and neck, because I've had people like Wendy and my mom who have, been on the other side of that, where they didn't start soon enough, warn me and ingrain it into my brain year after year to always be putting sunscreen on those areas. So this is something to consider at any stage in your journey, incorporating a product like this, especially if there's a trouble area that you're wanting to treat. This is what, from our research, is the most effective product known on the market, just based on the reviews and everything else that we see from it. In addition to using products like this, I can't stress enough the importance of using sunscreen every time that you go outside, even if you're just in your car for a minute and you think that it's not going to matter. It's really important to constantly be protecting yourself in any way you can. These little brush tubes are great ways to apply sunscreen, over any layer that you have, over makeup, or just throughout the day. They're great for your kids. And it's a translucent powder. You can use it all over your face, but I really like it also for applying it to my neck and using it anytime I'm going to go outside. Like, I was out walking all day today, many different times between conference calls. I would try to just get outside and get a little bit of exercise. And every time I applied this just to give myself some extra protection. You can see here another picture of the Nectifirm products and the results of there. And then with regards to hands, the same product line makes the Lumiquin, which is for hands. And I did an interview today with Ashley Liu all about this line, where we talk about it a little bit more in detail. But this product is really actually for brightening your hands and removing, signs of sun damage and aging. But also it has a product in it that actually plumps your skin. So if you have crepiness, veiny hands, or just hands that have kind of lost the plumpness that is kind of characteristic with a more youthful hand, this can actually create volume. And it's, scientifically, been studied in a number of different studies, tons of before and after pictures online. So I strongly encourage you to do a little research on this product and incorporate it if it seems like that makes sense for you. Wendy, we saw the beginning of your chest treatment. Is now a good time to look at it?
Yes. Okay. So you
wow.
can see it is red. And by the way, make sure, like, I soaked this in alcohol before I did it, and then I put in new alcohol, and I'm going to put my thing in here and I'm going to clean it and dry it. So clean, 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 clean. Caitlin talks about in her video, but yeah, you can see how red it is. I put more of this on after. So imagine, you put the hydrolonic acid on, you're rolling that in just to that little top. I mean, it's not even going deep in your skin, but you're putting that moisture in. And then I take another little dollop of this and I put this all over, and it's pretty tingly for sure. But it doesn't hurt. But then I won't do anything else. I don't put any moisturizer on tonight or anything, but I'll tell you, and I'll take a picture tomorrow, the lines in my chest will start to disappear. And I talked to one of my estheticians, and she knows that I do this. And she, of course, it's always the disclaimer of be clean, be clean, be clean. But because these needles are so little, it's pretty safe to do at home. It's very safe to do at home. And she told me that as much as I can tolerate doing this, it's great, because when you're, if you get a cut on your hand, let's say, well, what heals that is you're creating new collagen. So when you put these little micro damaging to whatever it is to your skin, you're just building new collagen. And so You can do this as much as you want, but you can see how red it is. You can already probably see that it's plumping up because my chest has not been well taken care of in the last week. I've been off my game a little bit with that. But yeah, I won't put anything else on it tonight. And this redness will go away tomorrow, and it will be, and it'll be just plump and just amazing. This has like been the greatest little tool ever.
Oh, great. Thank you for demonstrating that. So I could use my Rodan Field one, obviously, on my chest as well.
Yep. And you can use your neck too. Your neck, one thing to remember, girls and boys, is that your neck and your chest and back of your hands, it's thinner skin. So you want to, be gentle with it. You don't want to do a lot of crazy scrubs. I don't scrub my chest or anything like that. It's still very delicate skin. So even though while you might be able to use different products on it, I would still be gentle with doing it. And then with this tool, one thing to note is they're very inexpensive. I feel like I paid $7 for this. But my esthetician told me that the needles do get dull the more you use it. So it is something that you replace it however often. You should probably be able to tell when you're doing it, but it's super cheap. And so you really could replace these to keep them sharp and fresh and all that.
Yeah, and clean.
And clean.
We had earlier in the week talked about some other, sunscreen products. So in addition to using something like this in a powder form, Revision also has what's called IntelliShade. It's a tinted moisturizer that you can use on your face. It's, anti-aging and SPF and a little bit of color. But I've been also applying that up on my neck. And then we also reviewed Paula's Choice in our body care day. This seems to be, a good budget-friendly option for an all-over body, sun protection option. Using this on the back of your hands and your chest every time you go out, is another option if this is one of the products that you bought. So we will open it up for questions in a minute. Before we do, I wanted to talk about a couple things. First, we're excited about tomorrow. Tomorrow's all about mastering the makeup, no makeup look. And when we're home, today, it's one of the nice relief for a lot of women I talk to is it's just nice to give your skin a break from wearing makeup. But, in the world of video conferencing and just wanting to maybe feel a little bit better about yourself as you're, around your house and just kind of stuck inside or wanting to look and feel better around your family. There are a couple products that you can use that are very, can create a really natural look without caking on a bunch of makeup or a bunch of highlighter. They're very light products that in combination with, perhaps just some enhancement to your brows, maybe a stroke of mascara, or even some extra moisturizing and hydration spray with those products can really make a difference that, you just maybe don't feel when you completely have no makeup on. So tomorrow's all about that and just really being able to uncover which products can help you achieve that look. So that you can master that, that kind of je ne sais quoi feature that somebody has when it looks like they have no makeup on, but they look too good to have no makeup on. That's what it's all about. Most of the time, when you see that, they have a little something, and the number one tool is typically a highlighter of some sort. So tomorrow's really focused on that. And then today we debuted one of our giveaways. We're going to be doing 2 giveaways between now and the end of our clinic, which ends on Saturday. And the one that was released today was our About Face package. And this is one to really pay attention to because it has the top of the line medical grade products in it that we want to just give our audience a chance to be able to use for themselves. So it's going to have the dermaplaning Twinkle at-home dermaplaning tools, a Rhonda Allison face wash, a PCA enzyme toner, an Is Clinical Pro Heal serum, which is your vitamin C. We have a moisturizer, a lip scrub, a lip balm, and a consultation for an entire skin analysis and $25 off of your first service. So pay attention to this. You know, the rules for winning are detailed in an Instagram post that I think Caitlin made today. So pay attention. We really are excited for everybody to have a chance to win some of these products. And then we're also going to be debuting a body care product, which features our favorite products that we demonstrated in our below the neck session last week. And now we'll open it up for any questions that anybody has about neck, décolleté, and hands, or any other comments. I see a couple coming in here. So is the powder sunscreen a little drying? No, it's not. This is not drying. It's actually, it doesn't seem like it's powder. And it's also, you know, a medical grade type of product in the sense that it's meant to nourish your skin and has a lot of other features to it to be, you know, good to your skin. And the other questions, what is it a little drying? YouTube is, I'm not on Instagram. Will it be on YouTube? Yes, we will give details on YouTube as well. And then Wendy, how long have you been doing that on your chest?
I have been derma rolling for probably over a year, probably just over a year. I learned about doing this at home. Yeah, and I've noticed a big difference, and literally like a automatic difference in the texture of my skin. You know, Caitlin talked about that on the video on the face, like even right now, I have an automatic difference in the texture of my skin, for sure.
And then can I derma roll every day?
You know, Allie shared with me that whatever your skin can tolerate. So for me, it doesn't dry me out. I don't get flaky. Now, I don't do it every day, but you know, I would start off maybe with a couple times a week, see how your skin reacts. And then if you feel like, you know, every day feels like a lot to me, but again, you have to know your body, but your goal, you know, remember, this is, you know, your skin now is a little sensitive. And so you just have to think about what does your week look like? How often are you going to be maybe outside in the sun or all of that? So I would probably start with a couple times a week.
Okay. And then Cheryl mentioned that she couldn't find our YouTube channel. I did email you today, Cheryl, with a link to the YouTube channel. So email me back if you couldn't find it. And then Terry Higgins had a question. The IntelliShade, I think that's the tinted moisturizer that we just reviewed. Does it only come in one shade? And yes, it does. It's meant to be a single shade that can blend into any skin tone. I've used it on a few different people and it seems to blend in for quite anyone. And then I think those are all the questions. Amber had mentioned that she uses the silicone pads and they work really well for her. And she used the Skin Pad brand. And then one more. Oh, just a great.
They also have pads for your neck.
Oh.
Yeah, they also have those pads. You can put them on your chest. They also have for your neck. For me, I didn't use it on my neck. I think because I'm a little claustrophobic. So, but oh my god! But I could maybe try. But they do have them for your neck as well.
Okay, great. Well, thanks a lot. We appreciate everybody joining, and thank you, Wendy, for your demonstration. We look forward to seeing you guys back tomorrow.
Yes, very excited about tomorrow.
Bye.
Great. Bye, guys.
I'm trying to save our chat and it's not letting me.